Positano may be one of the most beautiful places in all of Europe. But the beauty certainly comes with a price, where one night at a hotel can cost as much as a month's rent in America. And after traveling here multiple times, I wanted to share my perspective and tips on traveling the Amalfi Coast. I've been here to Positano a few times now, and at first, I did have mixed feelings about it. I honestly never wanted to come here again. But after giving it another chance and figuring out how to travel this place right, it has now become one of my favorite places in the entire world. But the first tip is, don't stay here in Positano. So that is Positano, and this is where I'm staying at Casangelina. And Positano is known for their lemons. And here at Casangelina, they have the most iconic lemon tree that is over the sunbeds as you look out to Positano. They also have the best limoncellos, lemon ice cream, lemonade, and pretty much anything that has to do with lemons. So Casangelina is in an area of Priano, which is about 10 minutes outside of Positano. But I do love how Casangelina does offer this free shuttle service where it takes you to and from Positano back to the hotel, all free of charge. All right, so we have now officially made it to Positano. And I do have to say that this is pretty much like the Times Square of Italy. There are so many people and a bunch of tourist traps. But if you do find the right places, there are some really cool boutique shops where you can get some great souvenirs, some cool dish sets, and all these other lemon-based gifts. I mean, I guess it does make sense why this place is so touristy, because just look at how beautiful it is. Just anything related to Italy is so beautiful. Did I ever mention I am half Italian? And it's also a great place to get some gelato. It's really good too.
Got a good thing coming, and it's all I need. Everything I
So next up on today's agenda, we're going on a boat. And here is our ride. Buongiorno, Brett.
Francesco, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So the best way to see the Amalfi Coast is by getting in a boat and sailing along it. And I am using the company called Positano Boats, in which for the next 2 hours, we are going to be sailing along, exploring one of the most beautiful places in the world. How is this place even real? Wow. Francesco, you got a pretty nice office. I don't think you understood me.
Scusi, Barbaboopy? Che cosa? Peter, you can't speak Italian just because you have a mustache.
Or maybe you just didn't think I was funny. We'll go with the first one. Salute! Grazie. Salute. Nothing like some fine Italian Prosecco. Probably should have flown the drone before the 2 glasses of Prosecco, but hopefully the drone guys will take care of us. Yeah. We'll be good. Francesco, what's the name of this bridge?
Furore Fjord.
We just made it to the Fiori Fjord, and this is the iconic bridge where Red Bull has their cliff jumping contest every year. It's over 100 feet and pretty high up. But if you don't want to cliff jump off of it, you can still come here and use it as a beach. So over 1,000 years ago, Positano used to be an old wealthy port town. And now, 1,000 years later, some things haven't changed. I do wonder if Caesar used to complain about the prices though too. So here in Positano, there are a lot of stairs. And being down at the bottom I feel like it's a lot more touristy. So if you want some of the more good local restaurants, you do have to make the hike all the way to the top. Well worth it though. Burning off the calories to deserve your meal. So I know it doesn't look too far, but trust me, that was some hike. But now we just made it here to Da Costantino. Okay, it may have been some heck of a hike, but the view is totally worth it. Incredible food, also incredible view, but now we gotta walk all the way back down. Luckily, this is what you get to look at. Also, if you guys are traveling here to Italy, or pretty much anywhere for that matter, then I did want to recommend Aerolo to you guys, which has made traveling so much easier. Whether I'm in Italy, Japan, or even Bali, Aerolo has me covered with great cell service. Since they are the world's first and top-rated eSIM that solves the pain of high roaming bills by giving you access to eSIMs. Aerolo is also trusted by more than 15 million travelers and covers over 200 countries and regions. So now you don't have to worry about waiting in those super long lines at the airport to get a SIM card for your phone, or buying a cup of coffee at a cafe just to use their Wi-Fi, since Aerolo now has you covered, literally. And I would say that my favorite part of using Aerolo is that you do get to keep your own number, so it doesn't get all confusing when texting your friends. I truthfully have been using Aerolo for this trip, and it has been working so well. And they do have a bunch of different options, so whatever your budget is, Aerolo has you covered. Install Aerolo today so you can stay connected wherever you travel, and use my code BRETT3 to get $3 off your first eSIM. Casangelina also has one of the coolest elevators and one of the best breakfasts. So this is my second time staying here at Casangelina, and I couldn't recommend it enough. Compared to staying in the center of Positano, you can get a much better bang for your buck with a lot more privacy and still stay on such a beautiful property. But don't get me wrong, this place is super luxury and is definitely not cheap. But I did stay here in May before the extreme busy season starts, but come June, July, August, prices do spike drastically. But another tip I have if coming to the Amalfi Coast is heading out on the ferry and spending 2 nights on Capri. So typically people who come here to Capri come early in the morning on a ferry and then leave later that evening on a ferry back to the mainland. But from my experience, I've learned that the best way to see Capri is by staying at least 1 or 2 nights here, especially since there are some incredible hotels like here at La Minerva. If you are looking for an authentic Italian hotel, then I cannot recommend La Minerva enough, since there is so much attention to detail, it's family owned, it's so charming, and I mean, come on, just look at how beautiful this place is. It makes me so proud to be an Italian. To me, this is the epitome of the perfect vacation. Being on the island of Capri with your freshly squeezed lemonade that was squeezed from the lemon trees right above you, overlooking the Mediterranean Sea. Salute. So if you are in the market for a $10,000 handbag, then Capri is definitely the place for you. They have pretty much every luxury brand that you can imagine, but if you are someone like myself who is in the market for some gelato, then you gotta come here to the best spot on the islands. I'm definitely butchering it, but it is Buon Cuore. Okay, so another super popular thing to do in Capri is to go to a beach club called La Fontalina. And I have been there before, but after coming back a few years later, they have nearly doubled all of their prices, and now it's a little bit ridiculous. It is a beautiful spot in a great location. It is a fun hike to get there, but unless you are willing to spend $50 on just the chair, where then they charge you additionally if you want an umbrella, which I think was about 30 euro, then an additional amount if you want to borrow a towel, plus some pretty pricey food and beverages. I have been there once, glad I did it. It was an awesome day, but it was a pretty pricey bill. But I did remember from last time that just adjacent to it, there is an area where you can go for free. You do have to bring your own towel and also can bring some food, but you can lay out and have the seat right there, all for free. Since the amount that you'd spend at La Fontalina for a couple of hours is quite similar to the amount that you could spend for renting a boat. So now for the rest of the day, we are doing a boat tour here in Capri. And I booked it with a company called Capri Boat Service, where we got matched with the best captain in all the islands. This is Antonio.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Antonio.
Antonio, what are we gonna see today here in Capri?
We're gonna first see Blue Grotto.
Blue Grotto?
Yeah,
okay.
Blue Grotto. Then all the beauties of the island.
Incredible. Last time I was here, I didn't get to see the Blue Grotto because supposedly more days than not it's closed because of the water levels. But today it's open.
Today it's open, yeah.
Amazing. Blue Grotto!
We are arriving.
Here we go! Sometimes when I travel to really cool places that I know I'll want to come back to, I like to leave at least one exciting thing, so I'm looking forward to coming back. And I think that's going to be the case again for the Blue Grotto. Now time to go explore all the other natural beauties here in Capri. So now for my honest opinion about the Amalfi Coast and Positano. Positano is undeniably one of the most beautiful places in the world. And if you've never been before, then it is a must go to. But if you are a budget traveler, then maybe I'd hold off onto it until you can spend a little bit more. And one of my goals in life is to be able to take my future family every single year back to Italy. Especially as an Italian American, Italy just has such a special place in my heart. So if you are considering traveling to Positano and on a bit of a budget, then my best piece of advice would be to look into areas just outside Positano. There is Sorrento, Priano, Ravello, and a few other small towns where you get a lot better bang for your buck, but then can still easily get to Positano. And also, highly recommend Capri. If you guys did enjoy this video, then please make sure to hit that subscribe button since we are getting so close to 1 million subscribers. But until next week, let's get out and get busy in the next one.